trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, each day when I send out the videos early in the morning, I usually send them out at 4:30 Tucson time so that they're long before the market opens. And this was one that we were watching today, one that we've been in previously, and said, if you're not in it, this is where you got to do it. And as you can see here, it started off pretty good. So if you're in that, you put your stop at break even, say your rosary every day, and look at it in 6 or 7 days, and we'll see where it is. So that's what we're watching here. Now, I've had several requests because I post these patterns, of course, you know, when I'm watching these things each day. I want to just get this up here to show you. This is the questions I ask is about the AI that I use. Okay, now this is the AI that I'm using here today, and that you can see the 382 here. It backed off, and it's still going higher up into this. Folks, you can do this yourself. I talk about this all the time, and I try to tell people, yeah, you can do this, but whether you want to do the work or not is up to you. I got started doing this back in 1990, doing this thing with artificial intelligence. This one, it was called a neural network, or fuzzy logic is what it was called at that time. It was used by the Navy to make the Tomahawk missile find the target before it even left the launching pad. That's how good it was. It knew how to differentiate between a hospital and a chemical warehouse and stuff like that. That's stuff you don't need to know. But anyway, you can do the same thing. Let me just give you an example. I was looking at this morning. I had 2 questions about it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go down to a 30-minute chart, all right? And all I've done here is I'm going to give you the same principles that I've just told you. What happens in the market, just like in all the markets, okay, they have a memory. We know that by looking at Fibonacci numbers and all this other stuff. This thing that I work on is only related to time. It has no idea what the prices are. It's all related to time. So when you look at the key of the day, you'll notice here, this is the 7th. Okay, the market doesn't do on the 6th what it's going to do on the 7th. It skips a day. And that is a scam call. How did that come on? I don't know. Well, it's off now. So it skips a day. So this is the 7th. What we want to do is we want to go back to the 5th. So if you go back here and look here at about around 5:15 in the morning, you can see there's 5 o'clock. So it's about 5:15. There was the key of the day. So that means that should be about 5:15 this morning. There should be something like that. And there it was right there. That's exactly the same time, doing the same thing. Now, here was the high of that day right here on the 7th, right? So what we want to do is we want to see where that is, and look where it came in. Just about exactly right there in the middle of the day. There's almost the middle of the day, almost the middle of the day. Just repeating. Now, all the S&P is doing right now is it's doing these up and down. You can see this was Disney, folks. This was after the close. There's virtually no volume, and they can run it wherever they want. They run it all the way up here. That made this a 3-drive pattern. But, you know, if you're trading this like we do, you got to put a stop in. We sold this at 54, which was the 382 up here, and it looked like we had a great profit in it. Ended up being break even, but then I mentioned you had a nice place to sell it right here. Earlier this morning, you had another place right here, and we're coming up to another one pretty close right now. But that's not going to be ready yet because it's still got a little bit more to go to the upside. And what are we talking about? We're talking about right about the end of the show. So at the end of the show, let's see if we've got something set up here that looks like it might be a tradable situation. So I hope that answers that question. If you have an interest and you want to do this, I wrote a book 30 years ago. I never published it because I didn't think people were ready for it. I share it with anybody now because most people don't want to do the work. But if you'd like to have it, I published it, but I never sold gold. And if you'll donate $30, just Larry at tradingtutor.com, PayPal $30, I'll send you the book. It's about 250 pages with charts and the history of how it got through. But if you'll donate $30, I'll donate to a real needy family, and you'll be doing something good too. All right, Kay, that's what we're watching here in the S&P. Now let's look at the S&P again on just a smaller time frame. We're just going to look at it right here, because here's where we are. Now you notice here, this was our early morning high, 7 o'clock. Okay, here's the opening range. Okay, there's your opening of the market right here, 930. Rallies up. Where does it go to? Probably just shy of the 7. Just a minute. Hold on. Just shy of the 786. Up just about almost exactly 618, and then it makes an ABCD to the downside. Let's just check and see how close that ABCD was to the downside. There's AB, and there is CD, and it looks like it misses it by. Wow, it misses it by almost 2 points. That's hard to believe. Now, here's where we are now. And so we're coming back, and we want to redo those numbers, because it's going to be in another half hour to 45 minutes is when that time should come up. And how did that time derive? It derived about what happened 2 days ago. So we're going to find out if that's going to be correct. Yesterday, you remember, we were looking at the gold market, and I said, gee, it looks like a really good chance in here. Well, that's one of those times it didn't work. This program that I work on only works about 62% of the time, probably exactly 61.8, but it still works, and that's why you want to do it. Speaking of gold, if you like volatility, folks, you got to love this. I have to share this with you because I missed the opening of the middle of the last night. Okay, here's where we were. This was the big run-up that we had up here, but if you remember looking at this on the hourly chart, that was exactly 78%, folks, right there. Look at that. This was an $80 drop. In 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, it dropped $80. And then all it's done all day long from these early morning lows, there it is, late at night, midnight in New York time. You move this, well, that's 3 in the morning, New York time. But it couldn't even make an ABCD pattern yet. All it's been able to do is to go just about to the 50%. It hasn't even made that. Came close, but look at how many times it hits 382 here. Now, folks, I don't know if this is a significant top or not, because it gave back $80. $80 in a market that's running like this, that's just flutter to these guys. It means nothing. And if you look at this, go back here. Let's clean this out just to show you the importance of some of these numbers that we look at. You see the importance of this big drop? That was a $60 drop in the gold. And that was on the 2nd of May. So if you take that as an important low and draw it in, you can see the low that we made exactly within $1, hit it twice last night. This would be midnight. This would be midnight, just about midnight New York time. There was your 382, and it's held that. The thing is, it didn't go up from that level yet. So once we break this, then we have to ready to make some lower lows. But those 382s are powerful patterns, folks, or numbers that you want to look at. It. We'll cover them again on a couple other things that need to get our attention. So we'll be right back.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, traversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs? Trade wars? Analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento over the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are April 11th and 25th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, going back to the gold market, after the market topped here right on the opening of the afternoon session, you can see we broke down really hard. We came down, this is an hourly 8-minute chart, so we came down for 2 hours. You can see there's drive 1, there's drive 2, and there's drive 3, and then we have a substantial rally. Now, what do we look for when we see a substantial rally? We want to see if it's going to make a 382. I happen to know this, folks, because there it is right there. 382 came in right there at 340. The high was 3,400. 3,400. The high was 3,412. So it'd been really close there. If when you're trading something this jumping around, you've got to give it a little bit of room. But there was 3,400. It was 3,408 was the high up in here. 12 would have way been up here. It was 3,408. Your stop would have been right above the 50% level. And then it had a really nice move. It dropped all the way down, $35. There it was right there. From there to there, folks, that's $80 down. That's really close to the two harmonic numbers together. 36 times 2, 72. You had a nice ABCD pattern right here. There it is, ABCD, but it missed this larger one right here. And look how many times it hit the 382 level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times it would have given you a chance to get something done. So it hasn't done much. The good part is it hasn't rallied after that $70 break. The most it's rallied is from 70 up to here. It's rallied, well, guess what? $36. So that's all that's doing. And it's just repeating over and over again. Now, one of the questions that someone asked me is, why does the market jump around so much after the market moves around? Folks, that move that we were looking at in the S&P, let's get it up here. And I've already shown you, but it was due to one stock in the Dow, because the Dow jumped 700 points, believe it or not. It was with Disney, DIS. Let's get that up here, and you'll see. I haven't looked at it yet, folks. I'm just doing this together because people have asked, oh, I've taken Disney off of this. That can't be right. We're going to put it in right now, DIS. Get rid of this and put in Disney. Wow. I hope Walt doesn't get angry with me. Okay, they're one of the best perks you ever had with the Drexel Burnham folks was that oh, boy, it didn't move at all. What are you talking about? These people are talking about this as a breakaway. Are you kidding me? There's nothing going on here. Wow. Anyway, one of the best perks that you had at Drexel is that if you had a child in the family that had a birthday and you were in the quota range, in other words, you made really good money for the company, you got to have the birthday party at the Walt Disney in Anaheim, in Walt Disney's personal apartment, which was right above Pirates of the Caribbean. And both of my daughters were able to have their birthdays there in different years. And it was really great because they had Snow White and the whole gang was there, Mickey, Minnie, and it was serving us, the popcorn and the hot dogs and all that stuff. It was out of sight. That was one of the best perks that we had at that company. It had a lot of them, but that happened to be one. Okay, let's just get back to this. Okay, we had a high back here. This was right there. We're going to draw this in. And the 382 comes in right about here at 104. So far, the high has been 103. So it's in the ballpark of just making that 382. The last time we had a big rally like that, it looks like it made the 50% level. Yep, there it did, made the 50%. This is not a bullish chart, folks. I know they're going to put one in Abu Dhabi and Egypt and all those other places, but this thing does not look bullish to me. This is just an emotional run because earnings were really good and they're moving some stuff into Dubai. But frankly, this was a big one. I mean, that must have really meant something. And look at that. The market had the big run. Let's see if that was actually a 382 pullback after that run. Let's just check and see. Nope, it didn't even make a 382 after that run. So, but now this is not bullish, folks. This is just the fact that the market's reacting to those. Hey, my opinion, as I used to say as an altar boy, mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. All right, get rid of this. I've got a bunch of things to cover here. I want to spend just a little bit of time here with another chart that we talked about this morning, and that was in the crude oil. And you can see here we had this big run up in crude oil. And I was saying that we had completed this big pattern here on the thing. And I said, watch for the 382 retracement. And there it was. This was all right on the video. So there was a 382 retracement. It was right here at 66. It went up to 77 and then had to break down. And look at this. After the market broke down, we're just going to redo them because there's the second 382 right there. You'll be able to see it coming through just like we had hoped. There's your ABCD leg. Bing, bang, boom. There's ABCD. There's your 382 and boom, you're coming down. Let's just see if it did it one more time for kicks and giggles. And we'll come up here and take a quick look. There's your high. This is the really short-term time frame, but looks like it did it again. Yep. Just about pretty much right on. So when you see these strong trends, folks, pay attention to that 382 because it's a really, really good thing to look at. Okay, now I want to get this out of the way here a little bit, and I've already talked about the bonds. The bonds are the kicker here, folks, with the Federal Reserve in there. That's the real key to really watch very closely. Now here's another one. Just for what we've been watching in the past. Now, this is the December gold, the coffee. Okay, remember, this was the big ABCD. You remember that one, okay? I'll show it to you in a second, but there's your first 382 right here, okay? Then you have your second one hit it twice, right up there. Now you're starting to move lower. Highly suggestive that we're moving down to that level. I haven't traded this and I'm not planning on it, but this is what we were watching was that ABCD right there, just like you were looking at in August Cattle today. Same thing, no difference, except that you don't have coffee with your beef in the morning usually. All right, now I'm going to give you a little tiny bit of information that I think you'll enjoy. This is one of my favorite things to trade because the margin is very, very small. So a person starting out with a small account can trade this without any trouble. Now, this is the natural gas over the last several weeks now. We have not traded it in the last few days because of concentrating on the bonds and all the other stuff, currencies and moo cows and all that. Okay, here's your bottom made back here on the 23rd. The market pulls back. There's your first ABCD at the 382. Now, we were trading it here, if you remember, because this was one of the trades we had for our day trading session here on the 28th. On April 28th, we were looking to buy that, and boy, it had a heck of a run. You'll see this right here. You move this over. There's your, look at this. You see that? That's a 1-3-5 pattern. 1, 3, and 5. You see how the ratios lined up? Timing is just absolutely perfect. That's right out of Roy Longstreet and Bill Longstreet. That's it. Then it makes the 382 right there. And these are the things I try to do in the video every day, but can't do them all in 10 minutes. I do the best I can. Oops, that didn't work the way because it catches the wrong high. I'm going to try it again. Put it there. That way you will get it. There it is. Right there's your 382 right here. It doesn't show it right, but that's where it is. Let's just draw it. Well, let's take a break here. We'll draw this right. It's very important because we just had another one right here that was really important. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey. Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, this is a natural gas. I just wanted to point, there was your ABCD right at the 382. What does that do? It yields you the target from A, B, C, D exactly at the 1.618 expansion. and then you make another A, B, C, D yesterday. Flat out miss this one. That should be a no-brainer. The reason why is if you go back to your big low right back here, draw it in, A, B, C, D. Where are you at? Almost exactly. There's 0.43, so that's almost exactly 382, and it has a move here of just about a little over $2,000. Here's where we are right now. So I haven't done anything. I will check today. I haven't looked on the AI program for this today. We'll just see how it folded up. It wasn't too bad. Actually, when it does something like this, folks, when it does this tells you that this is an inverted market. So that means that what I have to do is needs just a mirror image is what it is. You come over here and change it, and it'll be able to tell you, and you'll be able to look at it to see it was a better fit for trading purposes. And as you can see, there would have been the high. There would have been off by a little bit. If we moved it over, what I'll do sometime is when I try to get it to fit perfectly, doesn't really help very much. There's a high here, but this is not a very good fit. However, when we got on this show, we had one that was really fitting good, and that was the old stop and P. So let's get that up here and see if we can find it here somewhere. And all these things that we've been watching, there it is right now. And let's get it up here with the old 2 minute and see where we are, because we're getting pretty close. Yep, we're only just a few minutes away now. What we'd like to see is another high right up in here at the 786, because it follows these numbers pretty good from this high down to this low. That's just the way that the S&P works, because there's so many people trading it. It follows natural law. Look how long it stays here for an hour or half an hour at the 61. Makes the ABCD to the downside. So you'd like to see it to get up here one more time. Now, if it doesn't, and this is tough because the last part of the day is the least reliable of the day, because you've gone through 222 2-minute bars. By the time you get to here, statistics say that sometimes it's perfect. Well, it's like anything. But this thing's only right about 62%. Boy, but when it's right, like it did here, this is a really great setup, folks. You got 30 points in the S&P without hardly any hit, without any pain. So that's what we're watching. We're going to put the limit minders in here just in case, because it has a tendency to do these things. Put it there, and then if we get below this level right here, would be certainly off, and then would not be working. Okay, so we'll get this out of the way here, and I want to move over to the wheat market because I'm still very bullish wheat. It's coming down a little bit. We're going to get this up here right now and take a look at it. We're looking at the Christmas wheat, folks. We'll get this up here. Sold off pretty good last night, but it's still heading down. We're going to get this over, and this is a big one, and I'll tell you why. We just looked at the cattle, and you can saw what happened there. Okay, now here is the wheat. Now, all we're going to do now, I'm going to review this because repetition is the mother of knowledge. Okay, Henry Ford. And we get this out of the way right here. Keep that in there. See, we want to be buying the wheat right here at 558 with a stop at 538. You're going to become a farmer. You got to risk $1,000. You don't have to risk $250,000. Just have to risk $1,000. We're going to buy it right here. The reason why we've been waiting here very patiently. Now we're only, gosh, folks, we're only about 12 cents away from this bottom. This is a no-brainer. All right, let's do the same thing like we did in the moo cows. We're going to look at the high to the low. This is, again, squaring a price and time. There's the high to the low right there, okay? That took 13 trading days to get to that level, all right? Let's do it again the right way, Larry. Let's just mark it here. There's the high right here. Turn it upside down. And there's your low right there, okay? Okay, now what we're going to do now, if this is the same on the downside, should be on the same, repeating, because the market has a memory, and that's what it's doing. You just move over like this, put it in right here, and it says that we should be coming in here. Mate, that's not right. What am I doing wrong here? I'm doing something wrong here, folks. Let me double check to make sure I get my mind lined up perfectly, because that's what I want to do. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Shut the front door. This is from your high to your low right here. It's 13 bars, okay? So from this high, this low should be 13 bars, and that's coming in either today or around the 12th. There it is. It'll be around the 12th of May is where it should come in, right around 12, 13 days. It says right now, it must be the July. Don't buy the week. Well, buy it if it gets to that price, but the timing it should be coming in here on the 12th. That'd be Tuesday. That would be the ideal time to buy that wheat. Now, let me look at, hold on a second here. Well, the S&P is breaking down now, folks, so that's a sign that thing is not going to be, you can see here, we'll just see it's already starting to break down. So anything below here, it could be flipping over again. That's a possibility too, but we're not over the exact time yet. That's about 10 minutes before we go off the air. We'll cover that at the very end. Let me get back to this July wheat because there's two crops. There's old crop and new crop. Here's the July. Let me get it up and take a look at it. It's already made a bottom, as you can see here. The July has already made a bottom. And let me turn this S&P off, otherwise it's going to drive me nuts. Okay, get that out of the way. Okay, here's where we are. Now you see we've made an ABCD to the downside right here in the July wheat. All right, now let's just look at the same thing with price and time. Time's the most elusive, but shucks. Let's get it ready here. I like working by myself, so then when I talk, I don't have to worry about what I say. See, this was down 10 trading days it was down. This one, when we came down, it's been a lot more than 10. You see, it had actually made a bottom on the 11th day, and now it's done anything, but it hasn't really rallied very much. Now, the $64 question is, if we break this, is this going to mean we're going to go down a whole lot lower? That's always the possibility, because we know this is a valid 3-drive to a bottom pattern, and all we did, if we rallied from 24, we rallied 22 cents, which is not very much. And if you look at this, I'm glad I'm doing this because I haven't been spending much time with this wheat. I spent it in the currencies and everything else, but let's just double check. There you can see from the high, all we did was we rallied back to the 50% level of that one. I got to change my tune here on this wheat here. And, oh my goodness, look, 50% and 382 here a couple days ago, folks. This tells us we got another ABCD coming down in here. So hold off on the wheat, okay? 10-4. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, what I did was I inverted this. I gave you the mirror image of what I was looking at before because it's certainly not going up into this. It's coming down. So, and he caught that pretty good. It caught this pretty good. This was an inversion. That's where we got the original low, remember? Okay, so this is telling us it still looks bullish. You're above the opening price, and it looks like it's getting ready to rally. Now, we got a few more minutes to get there, till about 10 more minutes, and then as long as it's above here. The key to this is if you're looking at the numbers, just go from your high to your low. So far, all we've done now is come down to 50%. If we start getting below here, below this time, then that's not good. So just put that in, because if after 1400 or noon, okay, excuse me, that'd be 2 o'clock. Oh my God, and guess who's speaking at 2 o'clock? Shut the front door. This is toughie because the boys coming out, and you know what they're going to do. Folks, the Federal Reserve is a private company. I don't even think that well, it is a private country. It's a private bank for bankers. It just happens to be right next to the White House on Pennsylvania Avenue. That was done on purpose to make people believe that it was part of the, Federal Reserve, and it's a private bank for bankers. If you don't believe that, read the book Creature from Jekyll Island or The Secrets of the Temple. It tells you all about how it works. Anyway, as long as we can stay above this, it has a bullish bias during the time the Fed is getting ready to speak. And that'll be here in about 15 minutes. And I'll listen and I'll watch, but I am not involved in any of these types of trades, so it doesn't bother me at all. Now, let's take a look here at this euro that we've been watching, because we have had a bearish view. All the euro has just been, look at how long it stayed here to 382, folks. This is not bullish action. The one that looked the easiest, of course, let's get this British pound up. Where? Oh dear, just a minute. Okay, time out. I gotta do it the right way. There it is. There's the pound over here. Get it up. Take a look at it right here. No matter what they're going to tell you these next few days, folks, this market is in a bear market. There's no question about it. There was your 786 retracement to the exact high yesterday. If you remember, we were on the air when that was occurring. Well, it just had already happened, actually. Yeah, I was right there when we were on the air. And now it's been down. We had a little bit of a rally here this morning. All it did was come up to the 61% retracement. And this is why you trade these currencies, folks, because even the Fed can't mess with these, because there's too much money out there trading the dollar, the yen, and the Canadian and the Japanese yen. So you can see that's still heading down, at least down to this level. Okay, there was our original sale right there that made $700, and then it went back up again. You had this triple top, and this was right after it took off. It says if we get above that, boom, away it goes backed off a little tiny bit amount, and then it's heading down again. The dollar's not strong yet, but it's still got some type of a chance of getting up to that level. Now let me move on to make sure I've covered everything. I've covered natural gas, the coffee, the gold, euro, pound, treasury bonds, Disney, and that's a minute. Okay, got one more to do, and that is in the the Japanese yen. Sorry, folks. Let me get that back here, and we'll bring it up to you. Is it still following what we thought it was going to be doing? And let's get up here right here. And there it is. Looks like it made another 382 here today. Let's just double check. I think we've already drawn that in. Let's just refresh this because we did this yesterday. There it is. There was yesterday's ABCD right there. Okay, and this is 50%. I can tell after looking at these so long. That's going to be a 50% move. This thing, I got to talk to them about making this thing so darn sensitive. But they're engineers. They only know one thing, and that's perfection. There's your A, B, C, D leg. It's 50%. Let's see. It's not even close to a 382. This one was spot on. 382 right there, as you can see. But this one here didn't even come close. So we're holding here right now. We've been here now for a week. And the good part is we've got some little bit of support coming in here today. Okay, 2 days in a row, we've had the same low, and that low is held because it's already rallied a little bit off that time. And we'll draw that up here, and you'll be able to see that we went a little beyond the 50%. Ooh, that's pretty much spot on 61. And now we've had a pretty good rally, rallied over 100 points here so far in the end. So that's telling it's starting out a little bit of a movement now, which could easily, and especially with the Fed in here, talking here in the next few hours. What are you talking next few hours, the next 20 minutes? Watch what he says, folks, or listen to what he says. Because the first thing was, if they're really going to shake up the markets, and this would really cause a rally, and if it doesn't, oh dear God, just get short. But if they drop rates, even if it's only a quarter or half would really be a bonkers move. And that would surprise everyone because nobody's looking for it. The master of that, folks, was Alan Greenspan. He knew how to play that thing like a fiddle. That's why he has mansions all over 5 or 6 homes all over the world, because he made $175,000 a year being chairman of the Federal Reserve, and yet he's able to live like that. Boy, I'll tell you, he must have really been a frugal shopper. Okay, now this is a little tongue-in-cheek, not very good humor, as a matter of fact. All right, now we have a question about another stock that's not Tesla. It's not anything else. It's Uber. Great idea. Those folks put all those cabbies out of business. I haven't looked at a chart in this in a very long time. I just see we've completed. Oh, this has been a very good chart, folks, because there was your April low. There's your AB. Let's just get this out here. It's a very nice charting, very nice thing to trade. There's your ABCD to the downside, okay? And all we've done so far is to go up and complete that ABCD right here. Oh, that's almost a double top because there's your AB leg right here. There's your CD leg right here at 84. The high was 85.90. We're trading just a little below 84 right now. The low today was down a little bit lower, but this chart's pretty good. You can see on this one, you got a really nice 3 drive to a top pattern here. There's drive 1, drive 2, drive 3. Got a nice little ABCD setting in here at Uber right there. And of course, you have to add the gap. That'll take you right up to the exact high. I'd bet that. So we'll put this on here. And that's the wrong one. All I'm going to do now is expand this to, hopefully I am anyway. There we are. Just make this 127. You'll see the CD leg will take you right up to point D without any trouble at all. The exact high. And you have another ABCD looking from the 382. There's your AB leg right here. Look at that 382, folks, right there. And where does it? Bingo, bango, boongo. Look, and you got 3 of them there, and that gives you drive 1, drive 2, drive 3, bada bing, bada boom, and now there's a huge move. They don't work all the time, folks, but you know what? Nothing else does either. So let's remind ourselves. Okay, we got 10 minutes to go. Let's look at the stop and P and see what's happening, because the Big Daddy Rabbit's getting ready to talk.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, we're back, folks, and live is at Memorex. Well, anyway, this is where the low should come in right now. He's not speaking as of yet, but most probably what they've done is they passed out some flyers or his notes of what he's going to say to the reporter so they can ask questions. All of that is all prearranged, folks, so if you're being naive enough to think that you have an even chance, that's up to you. But anyway, this is what's looking right now. If we start going below here very shortly, and if we break these lows after we're off the air here in just a few minutes, that means this thing is going to be bearish and it's going to be going down. But I don't trust them a bit, so that's what I'm looking at right now. This is what we're watching right now. It should be, we're over it. As you can see, we're 2 minutes late of where it should be, but we're getting ready to hear him speak in just a few minutes, so that's it. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on the bonds. Let's just see if the bonds are doing anything exciting, because they're still up here at the same level. They're not moving much. let's just watch those on the intraday because they'll move more than the stocks, I believe, if it does work. They backed off a little, but not really very much. So not too much else is happening. So we'll just see what's going on with this, and we'll review this tomorrow, but we'll see what we're looking at. That's what I'm watching. Okay, that's basically it. So pretty much what we're paying attention to. All right, that's why you couldn't be bullish up in here, because it was not making a high. It was definitely coming down to a low. If that had been upside down, I'd have been selling, but right now I want to wait and see, because I don't like to trade during Fed time. It's just not worth it, because I can't control risk nearly as I can, as well as other times. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless. And our guest tomorrow will be Stan Harley. And on Friday, I hope we'll have Paul O.T. No, on Friday, who do we have? Oops, not sure. No, Friday we got, Monday is going to be Norm Winsky. So anyway, we'll see you on the flip side tomorrow, folks. May God bless.